Today I'm using Plum Planner to make the most customizable planner in the world. I genuinely mean that. Unless you are going to manufacture your own planner, there is no way you can get more customized than this. So come along with me as I make my perfect planner. Welcome back. As I shared last week, we have revived the YouTube channel so that I can do my favorite thing, talk about paper and planners and organizations. So last week I talked about my absolute favorite budget planner and I loved it. I mentioned that I was feeling really stressed and I looked around and noticed that I had Post-its and lists and to-dos everywhere and I was like, you need to get a planner. So my one from last week is amazing. It is the perfect budget planner, but I have wanted just a little step up when it comes to paper quality because of the pens I use and the highlighting and all of the writing. I opened my planner the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, I write so much in this thing. So I have decided to get a Plum planner. The Plum planner is not a cheap planner. It's also not outrageous, but it's something that I will use every single day, at least every single weekday, so it is worth it to me. And I've had two in the past, and it's just something that I love, and I am not kidding when I tell you, you cannot find something that is more customizable than this. So every year, this is a gift that we give my mother-in-law. She and I sit down on the couch together and we order her planner. We've been doing this, I think this is our third year we just did it. And we sit there and we look at all of the different options, although she always gets the same layout, different cover every year, and it's something that she uses all the time. So it's so nice to be able to customize this, and I decided that's what I want. So come along with me and you can see the exact planner that I got. All right, so when you go to the website, you see the custom planners tab. I like to go to the all planner option and you see the three sizes. A5, which is the 5.8 by 8.3 inch planners. Those are a little too small for me, not bad, just a little on the small side. The 7 by 9 and the 8.5 by 11. I have owned the 7 by 9 and the 8.5 by 11, and the 8.5 by 11 are just enormous for me. The only way I would get that is if I were a teacher again, because I need all of the space. Although I don't know, maybe teachers these days aren't using paper planners, they're using digital. I can't imagine not ever having something to write on, but that would be the only case I could foresee where I would get that type of a planner that's so big. So 7 by 9 is a really good option. So I'm gonna click the Customize Now button and jump right in. Now this is always the hardest part for me, picking a planner cover, because there are so many options, right? I love a good floral option, and I'll just tell you right up front, this is the one that I chose. I love this. It kind of got like a wallpaper vibe. I love the light blue color and I really love the flowers. So that's what I chose, but this one is really pretty. I like this with the butterflies and the flowers. I'm also, if you're like a book lover or you want to get, you might put a journal in there or some notes pages to keep track of books you're reading. I absolutely love some of these book cover ones. So I'll click through a few of them. They're just so fun. More florals. These ones are so beautiful. I like the black with the pink and green. So all of the planner covers are in different categories. They have top picks, which I love this. They have some really cute ones like with butterflies and plants and ones that look like geodes, and there's geometric ones. So many good choices here. So lots of options. There's the professional options too, which, I mean, any of these could really be professional in my opinion, but they have that. They've got some different watercolor choices under the everyday. I love this. Fun and whimsy. What a great category for anything in your life. I also really like the ones with like the moon and the stars. Those are so pretty. And then there are quote ones, right? Like that's going to depend. The good thing about this is you could pick any single one of these planners and add your own quote. So I love that because sometimes you just have a perfect quote in your mind, or they have planners with a million different quotes, but none of them feel particularly personal to you. So all of these are good options, right? But if stay humble, work hard, and be kind isn't something that speaks to you, let the new adventure begin. Sometimes I feel like planner sayings can be a little bit empty, a little bit impersonal, a little bit like, I don't know if cliche is the right word, but just like, that doesn't motivate me. It's just like what's on every planner. So I love that you can put whatever you want. You can customize your planner and just pick a pattern and write your own quote. I decided not to do my own quote. I put my initial, just an R, but if I did, I was gonna put no shoulds, which isn't really a quote, but like sometimes we go through our life and we think of like all the things we should have done by a certain point or a certain age, or the things we should be doing now, or the things we should do in the future. And like, I don't know, like I guess in my old age now, I've just realized that I guess life doesn't work that way. So anyway, I was gonna do the no shoulds, but I decided not to. So let me show you a few more of these real quick. There are some good academic options. See, some of these are really cute. I love the globe, never stop learning, the apples. Just, I mean, if you're gonna get one of these, just click through. Now, I heard a rumor, and when I unbox, I will be back to update you on this, but I heard a rumor that when you check out, you can put in the notes section to, I don't know if it's perforate or cut the planner cover so that you can pop it off and put a new one on. And I asked them to do this because I am pretty careful with my spending right now. It's one of my goals, but later in the year, I may treat myself to a bonus cover because these seasonal covers are just, I mean, so cute. So I'm not a Valentine or a spring. I'm really actually not any, I say seasonal. I like the fall and the winter. That's pretty much it. So look at this ghost one. I cannot get over this. The little ghosts with the flowers and they're flying all around. That one is so cute. And the other one that I'm just obsessed with is this little mug one. It's like the ghost, the pumpkin, they're all mugs. And I think I'm gonna get that one. Hocus Pocus, I need coffee to focus. We've seen that one around. I mean, it's so cute. So I really like that. And then I got this one a few years ago and maybe I would get it again. It just reminds me of the Hallmark movies with like the little town, and they just have some, I don't know, beautiful covers. So maybe we would circle back to this in the fall. I'll let you know, but lots and lots of good covers. I could go on and on forever, but I picked the blue and white striped floral pattern. And then what I did is I chose the synthetic with clear cover over it, right? Just gives it a little bit more protection. And then I decided to put my initial on it. So it looks like you can put a photo on here, which is really cool. I've never done that before. So I decided to do a square. I put this blue here and I didn't want my full name. I just wanted my first initial. So the best thing to do is just click through all of these different fonts and pick the one that's best for you. I honestly love this one, but I was like, does this look too much like a V instead of an R? So I decided not to go with that and went with the classic option. So finally you're like, okay, I mean, when I tell you there are so many choices, I'm like, what shape should I pick to put my initial in, right? That's like 9 choices. Then you're like, what initial font should I use? Should I use my full initials? Should I use my monogram? Like, so many choices. So you click to the next one, and this is where you get to pick which colors you like. You can pick modern, colorful, or neutral. And actually, maybe I'll be surprised when I unbox it because now I can't remember. Let's go back and look at my order again. Sometimes you look at it so much, you're like, what did I pick? Color, I just says color off. Oh, neutral, I picked neutral. All right, so we'll see what that looks like. I have had both modern and colorful before and they look nice, so I guess we'll see what the neutral looks like. So that was the option I went with. All right, so let's talk about this layout. This is the layout that I wanted. I love this. I love that you could do your top 3 priorities. I love that you could do your top 3 goals for the day. You can write little notes to yourself. You could I love the habit tracker, but I did not get this because I know myself. And I've had this before and it's great, but I just can't use a planner like this. The reason why is because I need a spot for notes. I just do. I need a spot where I can have space for the days, but I need my notes and my to-dos. So instead of the vertical layouts, I came here to the horizontal layouts. And what I wound up doing is, let's look here. Weekly overview, is that the one? Nope. See, I like this one a lot too because you get Monday through Sunday on one side, and bonus, Saturday and Sunday are pretty much the same size as the rest of the week. But all of this stuff here was just like too much. Like, what do I need for each of these sections? I mean, you could do like a shopping list, your top 3 priorities for the week, appointments you need to make, things you need to return. I don't know. You can come up with whatever categories you wanted, but I just knew, even though I liked that too, that wasn't going to work. Once again, I like this one as well, but I didn't like there's no note space. So what I wound up doing was a 7x9 notes and days. And I love this because this is essentially what I have right now with my Ecolo planner, which is my favorite planner in the whole world. I just wish I could adjust their paper quality. Normally it's not a big deal, but I have just been in a highlighting phase of my life right now. And so that's what I have. So this is what I picked. Now, you can actually customize the text here. This is what I'm talking about. Like, unless you're designing your own planner and printing it, which you could do, you will never get more customizable than Plum planners. I mean, if you have something, leave me a comment below if you know of a place where it gets more customizable than this, but I mean, this is mind blowing. So you can put text here and you can put whatever categories you want. You could put weekly gratitude. You could put shopping list and to-dos. You could put work to-dos and personal to-dos. You could make any category you want. And if you decide to get the layout with the habit tracker, you can personalize that. I think it is a few extra dollars. And so I don't do it, not because of the money, but because I don't know, maybe something that I'm tracking or something I want to keep track of in March is not necessarily something I'm paying attention to in November, and I don't like committing to that. So that's why I don't do it, but you can always just write it in. This is my layout. I love it so much. It comes with the neutral tabs as well. So I am ready to click to my next option. All right, yep, so this is the customizable section, which I'm just gonna leave blank. So here it says, choose your start month and holidays. Which day would you like your month to start with? So I pick Sunday. In a lot of other countries, I have found that when you go to buy planners abroad, which I have actually looked at planners abroad, a lot of times their weeks start on Monday. I believe the Moleskine planner also starts their weeks on a Monday on the monthly view, which is funny because I like a Monday start on the weekly view, but I like a Sunday start on the monthly view. It's just what I guess I'm used to, but you can adjust it. You can pick whatever you want. So you do that. You also have this little toggle if you want to add lines to your monthly. Now, I personally don't like that, so I'm gonna uncheck that. But then you get to pick what year you want it to start. So I picked 2025 and January. I got this little error message that said your month started in the past, but I don't care. I want it to be a full 2025 planner. All right, so now it's time to add dates to the calendar. As I said before, you can add your own special dates if you log in. It's only $6, which isn't that bad. So you can add whatever ones you want for your family and friends, and you can ultimately just have them printed in there. I don't do that just because I like to write them in, but then you're gonna go on to the country holidays, the religious holidays, and if you want the moon phases. I added every single moon phase. I'm not like a Mercury in retrograde type person, but I was so excited about this. I'm like, full moon, first quarter, new moon. What is this? The vernal equinox. I want it in there. So that is 53 items that are gonna be just the moon alone on my monthly page. I do want to give you a heads up that if you put too many moon phases, religious holidays, and country holidays on there, you might get a grayed out box, which I believe, and I'll confirm this when I unbox, indicates that it will not print that many holidays on one day. Like there's just not enough space. So when you click your country holidays, it says limit to one selection. So I live in the US, I'm going to save that. And then for religious holidays, I actually add everything just because I like to know when other people are celebrating, even things that are not things that I celebrate. Now, one thing that I noticed is with the Jewish calendar, it says here 16 out of 18, and this is what I mean. I think that because there are too many things happening on the 13th, it won't print. So you could just adjust which ones print. So that's totally up to you. So those are gonna be my holidays. And then moving right along, you get to pick what kind of binding you want. You can get it not bound, which I'm not exactly sure why you'd wanna do that unless you wanna do that yourself. But I mean, that's an interesting choice unless you know exactly how to do your own binding. You can do the silver coil binding, which I did, or for an additional $11, you can add the gold coil, which I'm sure is really pretty. Now, choose your add-ons. I think I'm gonna do another video soon on how to choose and style and design your planner in the most practical way, but let me just tell you, the biggest mistake that you can make is getting too excited about adding an extra page here or a few more pages there. It's only $1.95, it's only $3, and then all of a sudden you get a planner in the mail, it's like this thick. It's like the thickest like book you've ever seen. So I don't recommend all of the extras unless you are like, yes, I want the meal planning, I want the budget, I want the lifestyle, the only thing I add is that I go to the notes and the list page, and I like to add some line pages. So you can add, this is what's interesting too, that I love. You see here how it says tabbed and dispersed? Tabbed means that you get a note tab at the very back of your planner, and I'm like, okay, for $3, I'm gonna add 10 pages. For $15, I'm gonna add 70 pages. It's basically putting a notebook at the back of your planner, which if that's what you want, go for it, but that's a lot of pages, right? So that is tabbed, but for dispersed, you can add a few pages per month. So let's say you like to do like a journal recap at the end of every month and you want to add 2 pages, you can put that under dispersed, and so that will give it to you after each month instead of just at the back, or you could do both, right? So lots of options there. notes, lists. I think I did some of the notes, and I think I did a few to-do pages as well. So we'll have to look at that when it comes in and see. Hopefully it's not going to be too much, but I'm really excited to take a look at it when it finally comes. All right, and that's it. So it'll ask you to do a final approval, final review, and add to cart. What's exciting is that this time of year is a really good one if you're customizing a planner. Like I mentioned, I do this every year with my mother-in-law, and her birthday is in December. So when we sit down in November or December, it's usually like, okay, this will start to ship and process in 2 or 3 weeks, because I think they just get such a high volume. If you order this time of year, it's a lot faster. It told me, oh, we'll process this within the next few days. So I'm really excited about that. I love these custom block stickers. Maybe I'll order some of those. It looks like there are so many different things that you can do to customize if you want to do like medication, or like, you know, a habit that you're trying to track, or I mean, that just says medication here, water, workout, all sorts of things. But anyway, maybe we'll do some stickers in the future. Lots of colors too, that's fun. Oh my gosh, this is what I mean. It's so customizable. Like you can change the color for each individual column, and you can change all the wording. So anyway, I could go on and on forever about Plum Planner. I really, really like it. And like I said, there are lots of options nowadays when buying planners, when customizing things. I mean, so many choices, but I just have yet to see something with the paper quality, the color, the printing, and the customized options anywhere else besides Plum Paper. They don't have affiliate links, they don't do coupons, they don't do discount codes. I mean, maybe I saw one thing around the holidays, but I mean, it is super rare. So it's definitely an investment, which is something that I think is worth it if you're using a planner often. I don't recommend this one if you are new to planners and you are like, I'm really not a planner person, but I wanna be. It's just expensive for something that if you don't know that you're gonna use it consistently or for the rest of the year, right? Maybe something that would be better to start with is something that's like $10, $15, something that you can get that's not such a commitment is what I'm trying to say, because this is a commitment. I don't like to spend this type of money on a planner unless I know I'm gonna use it. So anyway, as I said, I could go on and on about this forever. I truly love Plum Paper. So hopefully it'll be in the next few weeks and I'll be able to do an unboxing for you. But if you are using a Plum Planner now, or if you have in the past, leave me a comment below. I would love to hear how it's going for you. So anyway, thank you again for joining today, and I hope that you will like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.